Alright, I'm about to start a full rebuild on this little fiberglass boat. So it's going to be a full composite build. There's no timber going back into this boat. So if you've ever asked yourself, what does it take to rebuild a fiberglass boat? You'll probably find out. I'm going to be doing a series on this boat. I'm estimating, maybe 300 hours or something it's going to take to bring this boat back up to, I'm going to say, better than factory. And yeah, it's going to be new transom, floor, stringers, all the bulkheads, everything like that, all thermalite, and vinyl ester resins are going to be used. So yeah, pretty excited about this one. Before I start pulling things apart, a little bit about the boat. It is roughly 40 years old, was built reasonably thin at the factory, definitely built to a cost, but such a cool little boat, really excited to bring it back up to speed. Yeah, so this boat actually took me about 12 months to find. The hull itself actually has racing origins, from here down has racing origins, so yeah, that's sort of stuff I love anyway. We'll have a quick look at the inside and stuff before I start ripping it apart, and yeah, get into it. The floor in it, there's one stringer up the center, that's all soft and spongy, and the plywood in this transom's ruined and rotted as well. You can see why these boats ride so well. It's such a deep V for, it's only 3.9 meters, so about 13 foot. When I made the trailer too, I made sure that I had a nice set of bunks. They're gonna hold the boat really, really well when I cut out the floor and stuff, so it's not gonna twist or, distort the boat when I put the new floor back in. I'll be getting rid of this mount to it. I guess that was for an electric motor. Yeah, so before I've started cutting this boat apart, I've made sure that I've put in nice support for the hull. Yeah, so I've just got some blocks holding up the hull so it won't sag, and I've got a really nice set of bunks, really well fitted to the hull, making sure that nothing's gonna sag or move. Keel rollers are all supportive of the keel and stuff like that. Yeah, so you just want to make sure that the whole hull is very well supported and not going to sag or settle once you cut the floor out. Up the front here, holding the hull really nicely. I've ripped some of the stuff out of the boat that was added. They're a pretty funny layout, the original Seawasp. These seats here, they're only probably 250 mil wide, not really that comfortable to sit on. So yeah, 3-seat layout. So I'm just about to start stripping out the inside of this Seawasp. So yeah, gonna be cutting these 3 seats out, the floor out, the stringer out, there's one in the center, and I'll cut the skin off the inside of the transom. And yeah, go from there, start cleaning it up and rebuilding. Gonna be using a multi-tool just to cut out the seats and stuff. They'll come out pretty quickly with a multi-tool, and it'll save on dust and stuff. But anyway, time to get into it. Yeah, you shouldn't really be able to rip off a lamination that easily from the plywood. Just shows that the bond wasn't that great to start with. Yeah, you can also see there that the underside of that plywood is not sealed at all with resins. So yeah, it just kind of shows the boats were put together reasonably quickly. It's a really good feeling ripping all of that rotted or soft spongy timber out of the boat.
So as you can see, once you rip the floor out of the boat, the hull itself becomes quite malleable. So yeah, it can twist and the floor can move around a little bit. So that's why it's so important to have, a good cradle under it or a nice set of bunks. Make sure it hold the hull as it was built originally until you get your new floor back in. So for removing that last bit of timber off the transom skin, I normally just use a small jackhammer, but sharpen up one of the chisel bits really sharp and just use it like a chisel with handles. So next video will be the grind out, getting rid of all of the flow coat and also thickening up the hull with extra layers of chopped strand mat and double bias and vinyl ester resin.